Hello everyone, welcome back. We are at Forest Pine today. This is, I dare say, the highly anticipated Toolbox Finale. So I'll be talking to Phil, Paul and Mark individually, just kind of asking around this year's gone, you know, good things that have come from this toolbox and just kind of giving you guys a better inkling into what's been going off this year. So yeah, let's get into it. Want to see some magic from you here?
Well, get the ditch in front of the green there.
Yeah, you'll get off at that, you. How far have you got?
50 on.
Oh, well, it's not like... I'm going to interview you first as well, if that's alright.
From 61.
That's quite far, isn't it? What number are you really good at? Did we ever find you a number that you were just mint at hitting every time, like 110, 120, something like that?
No.
Hybrids alright then?
No, I don't think so. Not like what I lay up to.
Yeah, proper specialist number. You don't lay up, do you?
We're just not having it.
It's an absolute ripping strike. Short at ditch. It's a great shot though. Not necessary to be honking for that long.
What's we stuck on?
Fuming him, isn't it?
Yes. Tiger line. Good shot.
Hold on, mate. Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous. So then, Mr. Nicholson, how would you describe this toolbox experience then?
Yeah, it's been good. It's definitely, you've got to sign up for a group of lessons, haven't you, rather than one at a time.
It's like too many people just expect the fix straight away.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
Just have one and then leave.
Yeah, and it is like, for me, it's a shame that they think they base it on that one 50-minute session, do you know what I mean?
So everybody's got their own game, haven't they? So like for me, I needed 3 or 4 weeks for a lesson to sink in before it really started working.
That was evidence in the chipping one early doors, weren't it? It took you a bit to like adapt to them changes.
Yeah, and then take it to another course and stuff, because you think you've got it on your own course, and you go to a new course, and old habits come back, don't they?
Yeah.
Being able to go out your toolbox this is the shot, like that shot. Can I hit my driver that high? Well, it's in the toolbox, so I'll just do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You can just go, what shot is this the best shot for, and have I got that in the toolbox?
Yeah, of course.
Golf becomes a bit easier, doesn't it?
I think for you more so than the other two, that you have really bought into the toolbox way of thinking.
Yeah.
Like you had I'd say limited skill set when we started, and now you've expanded it so much to the point where like you're confident playing, and it's meant to see now.
I find it easier to just go, what's the best shot to hit here? Have I got it in toolbox? Let's just do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than kind of laying up and then duffing it or something.
Yeah. Well, I know, like we just spoke about it off camera a bit ago. Your shot selection process now is like, what's the best shot here? What's like going to look most spectacular?
I kind of say, what do I see? And
Yeah.
then if I see, but now because I didn't used to ever try and hit a draw with my driver. If it really needs it, I know it's there.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Sweet.
Yeah, but then it's just easier to say that's the right shot and stick to it.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. I think that's less thinking for me, the better.
That was terrible.
Hi.
What's been the highlight of all this toolbox?
For me, I just think, although I'm not showing it today so far, I'm striking the ball better. I just feel better about my game in general, and it's been a good laugh despite the lockdowns.
Yeah, it has hampered us a little bit, like stopping and starting a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That's probably my biggest frustration with us, you know, just the fact that we got going a little bit and then we've had to stop twice, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a momentum killer, that, weren't it?
Yeah, but yeah, really enjoyed it. Feel like my game is better, just haven't brought out too many scores yet, but that's...
I think you've put the foundations in now, though, haven't you?
I think so. I think next year, if a few of these restrictions are lifted and it's a normal golf season, I feel a lot better going into it. So yeah, I'd heartily recommend it. Great fun.
Thank you, mate. My favourite thing with you in all this is I think you've got the ability now to change stuff when it is going a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
So like even if you do get a day when you're a little bit off strike wise, you've got loads of ideas how to get it centred, you've got ideas how to fix fades and draws and stuff, haven't you? So
Yeah.
I think you're a lot more rounded golfer now than when we started this 6 months.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, definitely. I feel a lot better about it anyway. So.
I'm so glad I hit that nice because I put my camera just there to get that as well.
I'm glad I hit that stinger.
I'm going to ask Mark the same question as well. If you could redo this whole thing, but would you change anything? Would you do anything differently?
Go to driving range.
Yeah, practice a bit more. You don't spend much time at driving ranges,
No,
do you?
I practice play all the time.
Yeah.
So if I can get out, I'd rather walk and play. But I do it different. Probably trust what you're saying that needs to be a lesson rather than trying to guess what lesson I need.
Right.
Just trusting you to say, this is what I think you need to do. Because I tried to change the second one, I think.
Yeah.
And you said, I think you need to hit your irons lower. But I wanted to get my wedges dialed in. And then, so stick to the plan is sort of thing. So, trusting the toolbox.
Yeah. So I think with having as much time as what we have though, just like Mark, we're having as much time as what we have, which has been a big benefit for me. It's been like we've been able to get to everything in end anyway, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Which has been good.
Working out your golf swing yourself is always the best thing, isn't it? Trying to work
minting
out,
it.
coming to you and saying, look, this is what I've been doing, or messaging you afterwards and saying, this is what me golf happened today. And
I've really enjoyed that, like 24/7 feedback side of it as well, because then I've been like so immersed in it. Whereas, like I said with you earlier, it's like you see people once and then you never see them again. It's like you don't even get a glimpse of what results they're getting and stuff like that. It's a bit mad.
Yeah. You say, you brought me swing.
Yeah. We're actually playing a really good format today that I've never played before. So it's called sixes, but it's not the sixes that like me and you would assume. So what we've been doing is that I'll play 6 holes with, say, Paul, and then we play against Mark and Phil. And then I'll play the next 6 holes with Phil and play against Mark and Paul, that kind of thing. So first game it was me and Phil, and we halved. Came from behind, we was like 2 down and ended up halving, so that was good. Currently I think it's all square, it's me and Paul this 6, and it's going to be me and Mark for the last 6, so nice little format. If you were to redo this whole experience again, would you change anything? Would you do anything differently?
Yeah.
What would you do?
Make use of you more.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I've tried to take away from lessons and work it into practice, which has worked. But you're thinking, how am I doing that? Am I putting it in the right place? I should have made more use of you by taking videos, sending them to you.
The outside stuff.
Yeah, really exploiting. And if anyone goes through the same experience, I'd suggest you're going to hate this now. Everyone will be like 15 videos a day.
No.
It's there to be used, and
I said from start I welcomed anything like that, and obviously because my thing is I want you to get as good as you possibly can in this 6 months. It's like
definitely seen gains through it, and it's been a very worthwhile experience. But I probably am lacking in the fact that I didn't use that side of it enough. And that could have potentially pushed us on further, but it's a learning curve.
Well,
and it's going the right way.
As we continue to work together, even if it's Toolbox or not Toolbox moving into next year, it's like that's always going to be an option for you now. So outside the lesson, you're always more than welcome to send me swings in. I know. In the second game, it was me and Phil. No, in the second game, it was me and Paul versus Phil and Mark. Again, came right down to the last hole, and I think we halved that one as well. We halved both games so far. We halved both games so far. Yeah, thought so. Yeah, both games, half so far. So it's me and Mark in this last one against Phil and Paul.
Currently one up at the minute, though.
Currently one up at the minute, yeah, so.
Oh!
Tight, weren't it? That was close. Oh, a belting strike. Right side at green. Well,
Oh, feeding right
hello.
at it. Go on.
You've hold it.
Oh, what shot.
I feel sick. Well tied.
Well played, well
Enjoyed
played.
that. Class that.
Cheers, mate.
So well done, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
Really enjoyed that. Spot on.
Well played.
What we're saying, same time next year.
Yeah.
The camera's just about to die. I think I'm probably going to do like a bit of a summary thing at home. So see you guys there. Right, so here we are, back at home, a couple of days later. Had some time to really reflect on the toolbox as a whole. What a mental year it's been. I think, as I alluded to in the video, the 2 interruptions that we had to the 3-month off in total didn't help us. Originally, the toolbox was scheduled to start on the 1st of March and finish on, I think it was meant to be the end of September, start of October. So with the interruptions, that's why we've kind of pushed it back. I did say to the guys, whatever time that we missed, that would have been caught up like now. So that's why we are finishing as late as what we are doing. Mark and Paul have actually got like a session left each. Finale were really good. It was really good to get everyone playing at the same time. It was good to see, you know, how they've progressed. Even if not necessarily on the day we all played so well, it was good just to get the guys together. The progression that most of the guys made was pretty much earlier in the year. So I think everyone dropped their handicap by at least 2 shots. Paul's, he keeps track of his own handicap, but he's seen his scores reduced like dramatically. He's gone from shooting 9s, 10s, 11s over pars to he shot 2 over par only about a month ago, I think. So he's done absolutely superbly. Mark, as one of the main goals that we discussed right at the start of the year was that we were saying that first it would be good to get Mark back down to a handicap or playing to his current handicap, which he'd not been able to achieve for quite a while. Managed to do that quite early, and then from that he was able to shoot a couple of good scores. Phil has got a society handicap again. He saw some success, able to knock a couple of shots off of that. So all in all, I think it's been a very, very successful process in this toolbox. So if I was to say, has the toolbox been a success? Yes. One thing you may have noticed in that last bit as well, I did ask a couple of the guys if they were to go back and do this process again, what would they change? And that got me reflecting. So if there was anything that I was to change during this process, the first thing that I would do is I would be keener with the integration of statistics. So I've only really recently got to grips with TaylorMade's My Round Pro app, which highlights your strokes gained. That is something that we'll be definitely using when it comes to next year's toolbox, and we're definitely going to be using that a little bit more moving forward. One thing that I didn't really toy with this year, and one thing that I could have done, was look at the length of the sessions. So we very much stuck to 50 minutes. In a couple of occasions we did 2 hours with the guys, but it was very much just like a 50-minute at a time thing. I may look to tweak that if we are to redo it again this year. I say if we are, we're definitely going to be redoing the Toolbox again in 2021. One reason why we struggled to get the guys in more frequently, or certainly more frequently than I would have liked, was because my diary has just been pretty mental this year. I've been very busy from a coaching standpoint, so it was just hard to get them in. When it comes to next year's Toolbox, we'll just be booking more in advance and we'll be a little bit more organised with it. But having considered that this was the first run and the first real 6-month coaching plan that I've ever really done, I think it's been a tremendous success. All 3 guys saw pretty good improvements. I mean, talking at least 2 shots off their handicap, so that's brill. I think they're all much more rounded golfers now as well. You think about the Toolbox as a theory. I think every one of those guys can say that they had a lesser skill set then as to what they do now. I think they've all improved in different aspects of the game, which is absolutely brill. So, from me, a big thank you to Phil, Mark and Paul. It's been an incredible experience these last 9 months, really. It should have been 6 months, but it has ended up being 9 months. Can't thank the guys enough for the cooperation. They've all been mint. Like I said to them as we finished this round, and as we were walking off the course, I said I don't think I could have picked 3 guys better to do this whole thing with, so thank you guys. And yeah, from you guys at home, make sure that you're staying tuned. I'll be putting a message out in the next couple of months with regards to the Toolbox 2021. That again will be running, hopefully, with no global worldwide pandemic, from March to October. 6 months coaching. I'll be sending all the information out for that soon. If you're interested, leave me a comment in the section below or send me an email at jacklee95@gmail.com. Apart from that, thanks ever so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the Toolbox as much as what I have over these past 9 months. And yeah, stay tuned for season 3, as it's going to be come March time. So yeah, thanks ever so much for watching. Laters. Bye.